Okay, well, hello there. Good afternoon. Um, Today I'm going to talk about the steps again to write a book. And originally there were 12, right? And I've gone through them. Number 1 was space. Number 2, tools. Number 3, title of a book. 4, ideas for a story. 5, the DDN formula. Number 6, make time for writing. Number 7 was research, and I did number 8 at this, and 8 and 9 together was opening line and closing line, and then I switched it. And so today we're going to do number 10 and number 11. And number 10 and number 11 is editing. Number 10 is editing, and number 11 is don't quit. So first of all, let's talk about that. The editing is probably something that you're going to continue doing throughout the whole writing process. People, they always say not to do it, but it's pretty hard not to, I think. And actually, in my case, I edit while I'm writing at the same time. So I try to write more and then edit later, but it's just the way it is. So I've got a list of some ideas and some tips about editing. The first one is rest. So when you write something, take a break, put it down. Don't look at it for a day or two, and then go look at it again, and you'll see it looks quite different. It's really amazing. Number 2, read it out loud. I guess you could try doing that. You could actually record and then listen to your recording, and that's okay too. I guess that works. I don't really do that, but I do read out loud sometimes. Find the words that are troubling, and those are the words that you keep using over and over, or that you have the same sounds, like there, it, it's, different things like that. Can, may, good, well, further, farther, less, fewer. You can figure out how to use those, properly, and it happens, mistaking them. And then everybody has patterns that they use, so look for the frequency and the patterns that you use and try to change those. I've seen it in my own writing. When you edit, you can see it. The formatting, after you get done writing everything, I put mine in like a word processor, and I double space and I type everything, and then later on I use another program, a PageMaker program. It's an old program, but it works really well. You can see 2 pages at the same time, and you can move things around, headings and page numbers and stuff like that. Adverbs, try to get rid of the adverbs. Passive voice, get rid of the passive voice as much as possible. Typical expressions you want to get rid of. In order to, that, this thing, that thing, try to get rid of that stuff. If you have negative expressions, try to change them to a positive expression. That's a good thing to do. And the best thing about editing is hire an editor to do it for you. After you finish everything, it's amazing. Somebody who can look at the story and make sure it makes sense. This whole story somehow connects together, and people can read it and understand it. It's sometimes we read our own story. It's pretty difficult to do that. So I highly recommend getting an editor. Unless you're really good at editing. Okay, and then the quitting. So this is the number 11. The quitting. It's it's okay to quit a little bit and then take a break and read what you've done. And check it and do some editing. That's okay. It looks different the second time around. Writing I've written down here, it's torture and fun at the same time. Another interesting expression is homework for the rest of your life. And once you start doing this, it's just really amazing. It's never going to end. So you should know that up front. Number 4, another good tip is just write anything. Just start writing, and then your story will come. Like my story, I have no ending to my story. I just write it, and it ends up that the story will come alive by itself. But you can, while you're doing all this, you can think of parts of the story, the beginning, the middle, the end. You can add characters to your book and to your story. They can change, the characters can interact with each other. You can see it'll grow really big. Sometimes you'll have too many characters, and then you have a character, and then you have to figure out what this character is doing. You have to give them a job and skill, and it's really, you want to start adding all these characters because they have to actually have some purpose. And then time again. People say there's no time. Well, there's always time. And then when you finally finish this book, when you finish writing this thing and it's all printed out and you have it in your hand, like this is my new book, The Tribe. I've just ordered a few more. I've gone through this and I'm editing this book now, and I'm going to try to give the copies that I've made to some people to read and see what they think. And so that's about it. So editing and don't quit. There's only one more step. The last step is putting everything together, and I'll try to kind of review everything that I talked about up to now. Okay, so until then, good luck and goodbye.